Welcome back. You're watching the Power Breakfast Show. In our first interview this morning, we want to talk about Meru politics. And in studio, we have Honorable Florence Kajuju. She's a women representative for Meru. And we will be expecting Honorable Joseph Eruaki, Member of Parliament for Igembe North. Any questions, comments, suggestions that you have, 22422 is the SMS line, or you can get us on Twitter. The hashtag is Power Breakfast. Mr. Njao.
Welcome, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, and happy Valentine's as well. Oh, the Valentine is gone. I didn't get any present or any flowers. Don't worry, I'll make it up for you. So anyway, let's go to serious business about Meru politics. Okay. It looks like Meru politics is generating like the Kirisho politics, where the governor says they are not going to follow the mainstream, would you believe? It's just like it looks like once you become a chairman of the Council of Governors, you want to run away from the mainstream. What is happening in Meru? Meru, Meru historically have had that option of choosing where they want to go. Because if we go by the last elections in 2013, we end TNA, which produced several members of parliament, me included. We end the APK, the famous bus, that produced some members of parliament and the governor and the senator, and then we have two ODM members of parliament, and then we end an independent candidate. So in Meru County, we generally have that freedom to choose where you want to go. And I think the governor has his own right to decide where he wants to go in 2017. So if he decides to form his own party or join another party, that is his choice. But for those of us who were elected on a TNA ticket, and those of us who are deciding to join the Jubilee Party once it's formed, it is also our choice. And because even the two ODM members of parliament have decided that they are going to join the Jubilee Party. So it is our choice, and I think we respect any person's decision to go the way that they want to go. I was having Alfred Kater this morning just before he came, and he has expressed some fear, which a lot of people are expressing, that if you are going to have two monolithic parties, ODM and JAP, when it comes to nominations, you know, like the old Kanu times, yes, if you are not nominated by Jubilee Party or ODM, you go nowhere. If you abolish your party and join those, so he feels that this is a kind of way of restricting people from parties. So it is not wise, according to him. As I said earlier, that is his feeling, and we respect his opinion. But the promise that we've been given as we form the Jubilee Party is that it's going to be a free and fair nomination. So all of us, those who want to contest, let them come into the party. We carry out the nominations. It's a promise that it's going to be free and fair. But then, by the formation of the Jubilee Party, it's not going to kill other parties. I've seen that. That's what they've done. We have decided to merge. 10 parties have decided on their own motion, but we have the Democratic Party that has decided it's not going to be in Jubilee Party. We have other parties that have decided, maybe like Safina, they are not going to be in Jubilee Party. So whoever feels that they are not comfortable in being in the Jubilee Party, or they have their own fears, because we are human beings, are those who feel scared of nothing. So if they don't want to undergo the nominations, then they can go their way. But we are saying, we are encouraging people, please let us join the Jubilee Party and let us undergo the nomination process. Because there is a reason as to why the law calls for one to undergo a nomination, that we get the best candidate. I don't think a situation is going to arise at any one point in time where a preferred candidate is going to be given the nomination certificate. Do your homework on the ground, do you carry out whatever you're supposed to do, and come for the nomination. But you are saying that you're a member of parliament. That does not happen in party nominations. In party nominations, either you pay for it sometimes, or the head of the party says this is the preferred. Like Jaramogi used to go and greet people in the village, and if you are greeted by Jaramogi, it means you are nominated. Same way, if Uhuru comes around and is in Meru, and he is in Jubilee and says, he greets this so and so, that becomes the candidate. Well,
that's not what happened.
In my case, in 2013, we were 2 candidates who were aspiring on the TNA ticket. We were ready to go for nominations until my opponent opted out on the night of we were supposed to carry out the nominations, and she just did a letter and opted out.
You bought her, or you intimidated her?
I didn't even have the money to do the purchasing.
Your party probably?
No, not at all. I'm not aware, because she never made any allegations as to whether any money and change runs.
But you know,
and for the record, I didn't have any money, so really I wouldn't know, and I don't expect that to happen.
Those kind of candidates who are very serious and they opt out at the 11th hour, obviously there must be something.
Well, I didn't see my opponent as if she was very serious, because she opted out and went to another party, or GNU party, but finally she didn't even make it to number 2. So really, to me, I think it's a matter of choice, and some of us really just have some fears that are unfounded. So I would just say that to us, the Jubilee Party, we expect the nominations to be free and fair. And for the record, we are going to have county elections of the county officials. The county coordinators at the county level are going to be elected at the county level. So that now, and the election of the women representative, the senator and the governor is going to be carried out at the county level. Then the national level, there will be officials now who will be receiving the records and the reports. So if you do your homework at the county level, where all the elections are going to be carried out, and especially the nominations, then you'll be home to go. I don't see why anyone would panic about it.
So how is Jubilee recruiting its members? You haven't started yet?
You know, right now we have made some proposals to the Political Parties Act, to the Elections Act, and the Independent Electoral Boundaries and Commission Act, so that now once the Jubilee Party is formed, all members who are willing to join the Jubilee Party will be able to move into the Jubilee Party without necessarily losing their seat. So there are amendments that have been proposed. The bill on amendments has already gone to the first reading. We are waiting for the dates that are supposed to spread out, so that now we can move and make the amendments, and then we can proceed to have the party launch its the TNA must have its national its body making that decision to wind up, and the APK must make that decision, and then we come together. If you saw yesterday, the party, the Honorable Senator Kraito Muronge and now Wekesa were launching their bid in Nairobi, and they're going to do around the county rounds to be able now to work on that, and thereafter we start the process. So it's work in progress.
You said about 10 parties that are going to dissolve.
Yes, yes. Those who have agreed and undertaken to do that.
Now, when you go back to Meru, the governor has opted not to join Jubilee. What is he remaining in APK, or is he forming another party? Anyway, APK is going to dissolve.
Yeah, APK has agreed to join the Jubilee Party, and you know the owners of APK have decided that. Our governor has said expressly that he's going to form his own party or make a decision. So I cannot for sure tell whether he's starting his own party or he's going to any other party. I wouldn't be able to tell until he makes his pronouncement.
The senator has said he is going to run for governor. In terms of political geography, what happens when Kraito launches a campaign for governorship in Jubilee, and Munya, whatever party he belongs to, defends his seat? In terms of geographical understanding, what will happen?
The obvious thing is that there will be campaigns. The senator is going to tell us what he's going to do for Meru differently. The governor is going to say, Honorable Peter Munya is going to say what he has done for the term that he has been in power. So all of them are going to campaign, because no one is going to get the ticket on a silver platter. So once they convince the people of Meru County, then whoever they elect, it will be their decision. But the senator said he's going to vie for the gubernatorial seat. Our governor will also be running for the gubernatorial seat. So we expect the campaigns, of course, to be there. and each of them will be out to sell themselves and prove what they have they promised that they will do, if they have done it or not. So there is no big deal, because they have to go out to the 9 constituencies in Meru County and see how they can get those votes on their side.
It looks like the way I understand is that many MPs in Meru, member parliament, are not for the governor. But many MCAs are supporting the governor. Why is that so?
I actually think it's a matter of what the members of parliament know. You know, the members of parliament are the ones who look at the budget at the national level. Before money is devolved to the county level, we look at the revenue allocation, the Senate and the National Assembly. We know the amount of money that is taken to Meru County, and we look at what the governor is expected to do as per the 4th schedule in the Constitution. So when members of parliament speak, they speak because they know there is so much that has gone into the county, and to date, so many things have not been done as expected when you look at the money that is already there. Those members of the county assembly that you say are supporting the governor,
that's a perception. That is a perception.
Yeah. But I would say that they are the MCAs at the county level. They are doing their work the way they are expected to do. It will be an issue of a personal preference. Where do you want to go, and where do you think Meru will be better in 2017 and up to 2022? So all of us are free to make their own decisions. I don't think it will be an issue of really who is vying as to what Meru must get out of devolution.
So in your estimation or in your assessment, what are the major shortcomings of the county government as managed by the governor currently?
You know, the first allocation when devolution came into power, we allocated Meru County 6 billion shillings. The second allocation was 7 billion shillings. That totals to 13 billion shillings. As a lawyer, when I look at the Constitution, I know that health is devolved and water is devolved, among other functions. As a woman, when I was campaigning for this seat, one of the things that I told the Meru women that they must get is water. And when I came to Parliament, and thanks to the Meru people, because they gave me this opportunity to be their women representative, we fought to ensure that Meru County has some quite good money, so that money can be used to give water to the Meru people, because water is a devolved function. But when I go to Meru, the women, the people of Meru County are still asking me, Kajiji, where is the water that you promised? My work is to tell them I can only fight for money to come to the county. When the money comes to the county government, through the ministers who are appointed or employed by the governor, they must ensure that that water reaches the people. They have to construct dams, they have to dig boreholes, they have to be able to bring water to the people. But 90% of the county does not have access to water. So my question is, this 13 billion, if we were to take even 3 billion out of the 13 billion and give it on water only, by now the county government of Meru would have ensured that every home has water. So those are some of the personal issues that I feel that I have, because the promise of more water that we made, personally I've fulfilled, because there is 7 billion that is in the county. There is 6 billion that is in the county. So how much has gone to the water business? And I don't see any. That is my problem.
And the health, there was a story that we bought some curtains worth 6 million shillings.
Yes.
So what about the health?
It was there on social media and even in the electric and the print media. I was told that when we asked, we were told that it's under investigation. So I'm hoping that once even investigations are complete, we are going to know where our 7.9 million went.
So your understanding that health services are better or worse during the devolution?
Well, the health services have not improved as much. They have tried to some level, but you've seen nurses are always complaining that their terms and conditions are not improved. They are not any better. I know there is the medical equipment that the president has been giving to the counties. Our county is one of the counties that has not received to date that medical equipment. Personally, I've been carrying out cancer screening exercises. I carried out one in 2014. I did another one in 2015. I'm going to do another one in 2016. My request to the governor is that we need a cancer center in Meru County, because it has been reported that Meru County has a very high number of cases of cancer that are now coming up. So for us to be able to support our people, to help them, let us have a cancer center that instead of our patients coming all the way to Nairobi and they don't have the money, they are treated at the county level. And the Meru level 5 is big enough. But with the money that the county is receiving, we can still construct a cancer center. Let us have medical equipment. Let us have the drugs in the hospitals. Let our nurses be taken care of. And health is going to be a better function, and we will serve our people better, because without health, you cannot even expect to be voted for. I mean, you must take care of people's health. It's a basic need.
Now, the president was in Central Province the other day, and he was elsewhere at the coast, and he came with him goods. When do you expect in Meru? What are you going to ask for?
Exactly. We expect the president, I think, in March, but we still have not received most of the promises that we had asked for. We agreed with the president when he came to Meru last year in February that he's going to construct mega dams, because at his level we are fighting for 3 mega dams in Meru County. We had asked for title deeds in some parts of Meru that do not have title deeds. The former cabinet secretary Charity Gilu really tried to give us title deeds. It's not a complete exercise. As a matter of fact, tomorrow we are meeting the cabinet secretary on lands, the CS Kaimenyi, so that we are able to review what Charity Gilu was able to do and what Kaimenyi, the CS, is going to do for us now that is in that docket. So that is work in progress. We also, the president also promised to improve security, because security is a big issue in Meru County, especially the Igembe side, Igembe North and Igembe Central and Tigania. We had also asked the president to give us roads. He had promised that he's going to give us 20 kilometers of roads in Meru County. So, and then other issues that we had agreed that he's going to sort out. So we have agreed as the Meru parliamentary group, we are going to speak to the ministers. We have an appointment again with the cabinet secretary on water, Honorable Eugene Wamalo, to go to see what how he's going to work on the 3 mega dams that the president promised to give us. Before then, we have told our president, let us see work starting on the promises that you made, so that when you come in March, we'll be able to see that our goodies have been received. We don't want him to come and promise us yet again. We want him to come and find that what he promised is already being implemented, so that now he can tell the people of Meru County, I'm doing what I promised you to do.
The deputy president has made frequent, in fact there was a story in the newspapers giving a chronology of the visits that deputy president has been making to Meru. Has he not been delivering, or is he coming there as a tourist?
Actually, I thank the deputy president, William Ruto, for the many visits that he has made in Meru County. And whenever he comes to Meru County, he's coming there for a reason. What happens with the office of the deputy president, we as members of parliament normally go there to request him to visit our counties. If you go to his office and you request him that you like him to grace a function, the deputy president will always agree, if his diary allows him to come at the time that you are requesting. So it is not an issue of visiting Meru County only. I think he's been round the country. He's visited very many counties, very many constituencies at the request of members of parliament. So remember, in Meru County, we are now 11 members of parliament. The senator, the women representative, and 9 constituent MPs. So each of us will request the deputy president, and he agrees He has no problem with visiting Meru. And whenever he comes to Meru, he's coming to bring, to grace a function, to construct schools, to construct churches, and even he has promised us coolers, like around 38 coolers in Meru County. He has been milk coolers. He's come to check on the progress of Mate Road, and I'm very passionate about Mate Road because it's another promise that the president personally made, and he launched the process. And there's a university in Mariene, it's Imenti Central, that we have told the deputy president it has to be being constructed. So there are so many things that he's been doing in Meru whenever he comes. So it's not an issue of politics, it's an issue of development.
There is issues about boundaries. Boundaries between Meru and Isiolo, and the boundaries between Tharaka and Meru. Why are these boundary issues emerging now, particularly in this, between, I know that ones between Meru and Tharaka have been historic, but why Isiolo now?
You know, as per the constitution, the boundaries are clearly stated. Yeah. The constitution now gives us that guideline. But in between Meru County and Isiolo County, you remember it is an issue that has been historical, because it is said that Isiolo County was actually in Meru. Now we were able to agree as Meru County where the boundary would be. All the leaders of Meru County and Isiolo County met in Nanyuki, and they signed what we called the Nanyuki Accord on implementation of the boundary. The governor of Isiolo signed, our governor Meru County signed. They also agreed to take off the process. Our governor would give 5 million shillings, the governor of Isiolo County would give 5 million shillings. Our governor in Meru gave out the 5 million for that process. The governor of Isiolo County refused. So we went and sat with the cabinet secretary in Kaiseri and agreed that process must proceed. The government has already implemented the boundary. As we speak now, the boundary is there. But the governor of Isiolo and his people went to court challenging the implementation of that boundary. So I think it's the Isiolo people who are reluctant, and you are aware that there has always been that insecurity, cattle rustling, raping of women, and stealing of cows, and killings of our people in Egembe Central, Egembe North, and Tigania. So we are saying for this to stop, let us know our boundaries. Let us keep our boundaries. You keep your boundary. But I think that is work in progress. We are still talking. There is a peace mission that is ongoing between pastors of Meru and the Muslims in Isiolo County. So, and the national coalition has really come on board to ensure that both counties can live in harmony. So we are trying to ensure that this does not keep on recurring all the time. What about the boundaries between Tharaka and the Meru? Actually, the main problem is around Tigania, yes, and the Raka County, Rakanidhi. So we are also trying to work it out. I think both committees of Parliament, of lands, have been able to visit that area. You remember there was this Zachary Ogongo Commission, and we are asking that if that Zachary Ogongo report can be implemented, then all these issues about the Raka and Tigania especially, and Imenti North, can be sorted out. So we are also talking with the leaders from the Rakanidhi County. You remember there is a time the governor of the Rakanidhi and an issue of a certain area in that borders Meru and the Rakanidhi. But I think that is not something that has really worried us much, but we are hoping we can also settle the dispute. You have been also championing the growth and the marketing of Meru to the extent that a parliamentary committee was formed. What is the latest? What is the status quo as we speak? Yeah, out of the process, and I thank the National Assembly for allowing me the motion that I brought to Parliament. It led to the formation of a select committee on Meru. We went around even to the United Kingdom, we went to the Netherlands, and we were able to come up with a report and various recommendations. One of the recommendations was to have Meru legalized and put in the Crops Act as a scheduled crop, like tea, like coffee, like any other cash crop. We managed to do that. The National Assembly agreed with us, and now we put it in the Crops Act. As we speak, Meru now is a cash crop, like tea, like coffee. We also recommended that the Minister of Agriculture sets up a task force that we are able to see how we can engage the foreign governments so that we are able to come up with a foreign policy. Because what we discovered is that when we went to the UK, there was no foreign policy between Kenya and the United Kingdom and other countries. So we have spoken to the Cabinet Secretary on the Foreign Affairs, Amina, and we agreed that this task force, that once it is formed, actually it was gazetted, but we opened it up to bring in business people and the county government representative, so that all of us, it can be all-inclusive. And this task force has been allocated a lot of money through the President's intervention. This money is going to ensure the task force is able to look at how we can develop a foreign policy, how we can engage other governments, how we can get other markets, so that even if they close out, like they close us out in UK, we can access other African markets and other countries which are willing to accept our crop, Meru. Because Meru is a very important crop in Meru. It holds the economy of Meru County, and we are saying through the President, and the President agreed that we are going to ensure that our crop is not banned in other countries, and we are going to sell, and the people who grow Meru, the farmers, those who sell, the businessmen, are going to benefit out of Meru.
There was a research done by some university saying that Meru is a drug, it causes impotence, whatever, all those kind of things they said. How are you going to convince Britain and the Netherlands or other Western countries that Meru is a crop, is a cash crop to be grown and eaten? It's not, it's just like coffee. So that it is not negative to human health.
Mutegi, the little I know about research, for you to do a research, you must visit the areas that either grow or chew that crop, for you to be able to come up with a proper scientific research. Investigate our men who chew the Meru, investigate the consumers and any other person who is dealing with Meru. These people who say they are researchers and doctors, professors, Dr. Tuoli, I never at any one point in time heard of them visiting either Meru County or Embu County where Mugoka is grown. So my big question was this: where was this research carried out? Sincerely Mutegi, where do you get your experiment from? You must go to the area that grows and that chews. So if they never visited Meru, that can only be a backstreet investigation, and we cannot agree with what they found out. As a matter of fact, as Parliament, we were able to allocate money to Kemri, which is a government researcher. And Kemri has come to Meru and went around the constituencies that grow and chew Meru. We are waiting for their report. That is the only report we can say is scientific. So we are waiting for it, and we hope it's going to be soon. But if you look at the United Kingdom reason for banning Meru, it was not because it's a drug. I personally did a lot of investigation and research when I was going about my committee business of Meru. One of the things that I came across is that the Advisory Council of Misuse of Drugs in the United Kingdom found that Meru is not a drug, it is a stimulant. So what led to the House of Commons to declare Meru a drug is unknown to me. It can only be something else, not an issue of Meru being a drug. So their own report said it's not a drug, it's only a stimulant. Our people in Meru University do their own research in their cubicles and say Meru causes impotence. You cannot agree with them. We can only say it's a vexatious claim, it's very fraudulent, and wait for Kemri to do its research. But as we speak, our comfort is that Meru is a cash crop.
Why is it that Meru is banned in some African countries?
I know Tanzania.
Tanzania, yes.
Tanzania, it has always been banned. It has always been an issue. And we have tried to tell our president, why don't you engage President Jakaya Kikwete, who was then the president. I think President Jakaya Kikwete then did not want anything to discuss issues of Meru. You know, Tanzania generally has its own ways of doing things. So we left it at that, but we are hoping now with the new president, and I'm hoping that one of these fine days we can visit President Magufuli to go and see how we can trade. because the East African community, and I chair the Regional Integration Committee that deals with the East African community, one of the issues that it deals with and the pillars that set up the East African community was the monetary union, the customs union, common market, access to the markets in Tanzania, access to the markets in Kenya, access to the markets in Uganda. So we cannot have one of our crops being refused entry in Tanzania, yet we are talking about common markets and free movement of goods and services. So it's work in progress, and we're hoping that we'll continue to engage them.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa.
Thank you,
I hope the British people and all those people who refuse Miraa know that Miraa does not cause impotence.
Yes, and you can testify to that.
It is consumed by very young people, as you normally say on Fridays. From there, I think we go to other sports. I think we are going to listen to